When building an app with Bubble, it's not unusual to come across a circumstance where you want to run a workflow repeatedly, for example, every day. One instance could be if you wanted to email a certain group of your users who matched a specific requirement, and you wanted to check that requirement every day, and if it was true, you send them an email. The trouble is that the first tier of the paid plans of Bubble only allows you to run a scheduled workflow every month. You have to upgrade to professional or production to get daily. Or do you? Here is a workaround. So first of all, we need to go and enable, if you haven't already, workflows and APIs. This will only work if you are on a paid plan, but this will work on personal. Let's enable APIs and backend workflows, and then we go as if we're navigating to a page, and we go to backend workflows. And here we can create workflows that are triggered either from parts of our Bubble app, or can be triggered from other apps, such as if we had like a webhook set up. More on that in another video. But how do we go about getting around this limit on the personal plan? Well, we can use a cron job. And a cron job is, here's one example of a website providing a free cron job service. Allows you to schedule the execution of websites and scripts. So we can create an API endpoint such as a daily task. Make sure that it's exposed as a public workflow so that another website can send information to this workflow. And just so we've got something interesting going on, let's add in send an email. But I won't bother filling that in, but you can see where I'm going. I then change this to request, detect request data, and then Bubble supplies me with a URL, a web address that I can send data to from outside of the Bubble app. Now, in this instance, I don't actually need to send data to it. I just need to activate this workflow once a day, or even I could do it every 5 minutes, but that would probably have a negative effect on the performance of your app. Let's go with once a day. So I copy this, and then I've signed up for a free account with cronjob.org, and I paste in the endpoint of my API workflow, and then I can see if it works by clicking test run. Test run. Okay, and I've got a 200 response, which means that the connection was fine. There's no errors. And I can see here that Bubble has received it, and it's received nothing. But that's okay. I don't need to send information to Bubble. I just need to be able to trigger this workflow. And so I can hit save. And all I would do then to finish this off is remove the initialize, because that is only to enable me to preview it when I set up the endpoint. In order to trigger this workflow, this API workflow repeatedly, I just need this bit of the URL. I can then set it to every day at a certain time, and then I click create. And now this website will send an empty request to this API workflow, and when this API workflow receives the empty request, it will send an email, and I could then set it up to send an email to any number of users, and it gets around the locked outness, that your scheduled workflows can only be run monthly in the personal plan. This gets around it. You can now schedule this, so you can even schedule it to run every hour if you needed such a check, such a workflow to be performed in your app.